part of the transition that made this possible was my back surgery and my partner's back surgery. We had to stand. We couldn't sit anymore. As a result, we started doing this. And that was our foray into changing the cockpit and what you use to navigate the cockpit. As a result of this position, the head is a little bit back, a little bit up, and the head in a neutral position can subtend a portrait this big. That's hard when you're just sitting in the normal configuration. That was a key change. Continuing on the iteration of our multi-monitor quest, we brought the last thing that you saw to the New York Informatics meeting in 2015. I met Elliot Siegel, who said, that's great, but make 8 of them. So our first iteration, 1.0, is what you see here. It's a motorized system. We are now 2 iterations past this, but there's a key point to be made. While 8 monitors seem like an excessive amount, if you notice what we had before was a PAC system and a PET system. What we now have is the ability to show the outside PACS images that originally started the oncologic workup. We're in a very sophisticated practice. Most of our cases come from outside. And in fact, the 2 monitors are not excessive. And the point I make is if you could have a 3-car garage for not much extra cost, you'd probably take the 3-car garage because you're going to use it. We use it all the time. You don't know that though unless you have it. Additionally, these are $10,000, these are $1,000, and these over here from Korea are $350. If you notice, it's not that much different. I want to make a point about the ease with which this makes work flow. We're about flow. You notice this is a chest exam with 6 time points. I've taken the vehicle in the middle out of the loop. We're going to describe that another time. But if you notice, for example, here's a vague density. Well, in a very quick look, you can look back. Maybe you wouldn't see this, maybe you would. But if you notice, maybe it's a little more conspicuous. Maybe this is a little more conspicuous. But by the way, maybe it was here, maybe it was here, maybe it was here, maybe it was not here. But the point is, instantaneously, when this time point comes up, you have 6 chest x-rays. There's nothing more efficient than that. And just as another example, when you have your hanging protocol set appropriately, we'll have an imaging study come up if it comes. Hold on. This is a multi-CT time point. In a 2x2 arrangement, you can put 24 stacks up here, a magnifying chest if you want, and keep it out for reference. And in fact, if you want, you can use the application, and we're learning to drive this application much better, in a linked mode, and study 4 large time points sequentially. Now, what this has revolutionized is our ability, these are abdomens and chests, so they'll vary as we get lower in the set. This has revolutionized lung screening. Let's see if I can do it briefly. I want to emphasize the point that unless you're doing this, you can't appreciate. We've started a lung screening program, and if you notice, the magnification is inherent in the large image to begin with. You don't have to open and close windows. I can mag it up if I want, but the other issue is these are 4 time points. You could have more than that, and it's very easy in a link mode to assess, for example, oh my goodness, is this really a new thing or an old thing? And if I scroll back and forth, I look to a previous time point, no, 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 unchanged over 4 time points. Sometimes this goes back to 3 or 4 years. The speed with which this happens in practice is unbelievable. Here's another example. There's an area here, and if we go back, completely unchanged. And by the way, we might have had 6 time points going at once.